Here's your every week Tuesday talk show, Teenagers, Teen Mistakes. Today, we have a very interesting story to tell you all. Last Wednesday, a 17-year-old high school girl got into an accident with her car with a bike. Well, we will now hear more first-person details about this incident with the driver herself. Crystal, please come out.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Crystal. It's very nice to have you on my show today.
Hi, it's my pleasure to be on your show, too.
To start off, I want to ask you why you've decided to gather so much courage and share your mistake with the world.
Because I admit that it was my mistake during the incident, and I'm very sorry to bring upon such an event to the man that was on the bicycle. I don't want my mistake to be repeated by any other people in general, so I want to share my story on your show today.
Okay. That's great to hear. May you start off by just telling us what happened on that day?
Sure. It was right after school. I was driving home in the heavy rain, but then I suddenly felt my car scratch and tip over something. So I immediately turned on my hazard lights and pulled over to the curb. When I looked back, I saw a man grunting in pain and a tipped over bicycle, so I immediately ran over and called 911.
How was it determined that you were the one at fault?
First of all, the man that was on the bicycle was doing all the right things. He was following all the traffic laws. He was biking in his marked bicycle lane. He was biking in the straight line, following the same direction as other traffic.
What was wrong on your part?
On my part, I wasn't using the IPDE process to actively search for bicycles around me. I also didn't turn on my low beam headlights during the heavy rain, and so I wasn't able to see my peripheral vision well.
Did the accident happen at an intersection? It is very common that most collisions with two-wheeled vehicles happen at intersections. Also, turning left in front of an oncoming rider is a major cause of rider fatalities most of the time. Was it at an uncontrolled intersection where there are no signs or signals to regulate traffic?
No, it was on a straight road. I should have kept a 3 feet distance between me and the bicycle whenever I drive right next to a bicycle.
At least the force of impact wasn't at its greatest, because front collisions affect drivers the most. Also, smaller vehicles seem like they're driving slower than they actually are. I want to ask you if there were any problems with your car itself.
Yeah, after the incident, some professionals were inspecting my car, and they told me that I had very low pressure tires because I wasn't regularly checking them. And because of the sudden drop in temperature from the heavy rain weather too, it also made my tires pressure drop even lower.
How did your low pressure tires contribute to the accident?
The traction on my tires were very low, and it also affected the tread. Traction is when my tires roll on the surface and it creates a type of friction called traction. Tread is the groove surface on my tires. And then tread is responsible for starting, stopping, and gripping the road. So since my tires had very low pressure, it affected the tread. And then if the tires were underinflated, it only grips onto the road with its outer edges. So the low pressure, the bad tread, and the slippery road from the heavy rain all contributed together and led to this unfortunate incident.
What happened after the accident?
After the accident, I had liability insurance, so it covered up the collision when I was the one at fault.
This was a very valuable story to hear from the driver herself. Thank you for coming here today, Crystal.
Thank you to you too.
Paying full attention to your surroundings while you're driving and following the rules are very important tasks in order to protect the safety of yourself and the people around you. And that's it for today's Teenagers, Teen Mistakes. If you have personal stories that you'd like to share, please contact the phone number on your screen. Bye, and have a great day.